Welcome. So this is a Carlist special, MCO special. That's the only reason you see us in shorts and flip-flops. What you see with me is a 1994 Honda SV4, Honda Accord SV4, more commonly known as the Jerong here. This car belongs to Arvin.
Yes,
okay?
This is my baby.
So, because it's the MCO, we are trying to make some money, right? You're going to see us bring this car to life. Some of the things we're going to do, we're going to of course wash the car, clay, polish, wax. Interior kita semua buat secantik yang boleh. We are hoping that this car will come up to a certain state that we can then sell it and make some money. So that's the goal. So 1, 2, 3, Hana, roll! So now, I know all of you are going to ask now, can I use my dishwashing liquid to wash your car? The answer is no. It'll remove the wax on the car. The wax coating on the car will be removed, so don't do that, right? Here you've got a few options of car washes that you can use, okay? We've got the biodegradable one, we've got Polygon, I believe it's called, Polyglaze, Waxco, and this is Bathe by Gion. So different price ranges, it all depends on the compounds that they have in them, the chemical solutions that they have in them. Tepuk dada tanya selera how much you want to spend. These are any of the options you can use. In order to wash your car, I have a mitt here. I like using this. My colleague Arvin, the owner of this car, likes using a microfiber cloth. No right, no wrong. As long as it's clean, there's nothing on the surface that's going to scratch the car, you can use either one. So now kita basuh kereta. Jom. Arvin, why are we using a 2-bucket system?
Okay, yeah, so this is called a 2-bucket system.
Yeah.
It basically is 1 bucket with your soap solution,
right,
and another just with water.
Okay.
So the reason why we do this is the car is really dirty. So what you don't want to do is put some soap on your cloth, wipe the car, and then take that dirt and put it back into the soap solution.
So you wash it here first, then you go to the soap, and then you go back to the car.
Yeah, so it's as easy as rinsing the cloth.
I see.
And then putting it back in the soap solution,
back
and then going back to your car.
Okay, brilliant. Good idea.
2 reasons we do this is, one is to keep the cloth clean,
right,
and also to keep the soap solution clean. So whatever you take, whatever you're putting
doesn't
on the
transfer
car,
back. Okay. All right. Understood. Hey Arvin, why is there a white cloth here?
Okay, so that's a good way of getting. So a lot of us get bird poop on our car.
Sure.
What happens is it sits, if there's heat, dries up very hard.
Right.
So I mean, you can spray water and you'll be wasting a lot of water. Now a life hack, if you will.
Okay.
Take a damp cloth.
Okay.
With soap preferably.
Right.
Lay it on your car.
Okay.
Leave it for about 5-10 minutes.
Okay.
And then it should soften up the droppings.
Then you
go and clean up.
Okay.
So I think we put this a while ago.
Oh, yo!
So you can see just now there was
yes, there was white poop here. You would have seen it, and now there's no white poop.
Okay, sometimes you're going to realize that your car wash soap is not strong enough or potent enough to clean your wheel. You might wash it and then still see brake residue and things like that. Dirt. So here's another cheap and handy life hack: soap powder. The kind of soap powder that you use to clean your clothes with, Fab, those stuff. Put a lot in it, hit it with water, make sure it soaps up nicely. And this has slightly more stronger chemicals, so it actually is very effective to clean your wheel.
We are going to do claying. So what is clay? There is this thing, okay? This is a clay from 3M. I'm going to ask Arvin, why do we do claying?
So basically this is like a Play-Doh material, almost like plasticine, right?
Right.
So what it is it's very adhesive, but at the same time it's soft, so it's gentle on the paint. Okay. So what this is useful for is removing the deeper grime and dirt in your paint and all that. So you see, we washed the car, it looks clean,
right?
But later on we'll show you how much more stuff it actually picks up.
Right, so we can do it before and after, so our viewers can see what.
And we can show that this is useful for picking up like deeper grime, tar, and contaminants on the paint. So it'll do that in a way that it's gentle on the paint.
Okay, so let's get to it.
Yeah.
now, as we mentioned earlier, we're going to clear the car. So as you can see, what Arvin has done is that he's lubricated the surface first. We're just using regular car washing liquid.
Yep.
You're not using anything fancy. Then it's going to clean it panel by panel. Now the purpose, correct me if I'm wrong, Arvin, is to remove any impurities that we may have missed while we were washing the car earlier. A bit more stubborn impurities on the car.
Correct. I mean, the soap can only take off so much.
Sure.
But there'll still be grime, road grease, tar, iron fallout from the rain.
Sure.
So the clay is a very gentle way of taking this out. So basically, you start off by always ensure the surface is lubricated with either a detailer or soap, like we're using now, which is a cost-effective way of doing it.
Sure.
And it's just about getting yourself
about 3 finger wide, and then
Exactly.
just going up and down.
Yep, and then you just go, and what you'll feel is at first it'll be a bit abrasive. It's
Right.
not so, and then as you do it, it becomes a bit smoother.
Okay.
And and typically what that does is that it's slowly removing all the grime, and therefore revealing a cleaner surface of the paint.
So we've got a whole car to clay. We'll come back to you at the end to show you the results. We've just finished the claying of the whole car. You can see how the paint pops a little bit more now. We saw the biggest difference actually on the windscreen. I'm just going to point to you some differences you're going to see. So this is the clay that was used to detail the car. Now let me show you the original, which is in my pocket here. So this is the original color of the clay. So if you look, then you can see that it obviously is doing its work. It has done its job. Like I said, we found the biggest difference on the windscreen. It's a lot more clearer. You can see a lot more clearer inside. And the paint also, if you realize, it pops a bit more. Today's work is very dirty. That's why I have my Oral-B toothbrush with me. Today we are going to detail the engine, and for that we need a degreaser. Okay, so Arvin, can you please tell us why do we have this plastic bag here? What's the purpose of that?
So when you degrease your engine, it's more about just general cleanliness. You want to break off grease.
Of course.
It's ideal that you cover electrical components, especially in this case, this car has a distributor, so you would want to cover that.
Okay.
More modern engines you don't have to worry so much,
Sure.
but do keep an eye out for electrical connectors like this.
So just be aware where you spray the degreaser. Try not to hit any of the connectors because that might damage it.
Yes.
Okay,
So
understood.
to be safe, another option is maybe spraying the degreaser into the brush itself.
And then using it to clean.
using it. And then for the sides and all that, you can actually use normal soap.
Regular
That's
soap,
good.
yep.
Do be careful. Certain degreasers are quite strong, so you want to avoid them touching your paint because
Yes.
they can damage your paint as
And
well.
if you'd like to protect your hands, use a pair of gloves as well.
Yeah.
It's at your discretion. But let's get to it. So basically, why do we clean the engine, right? Number one, of course, aesthetics lah. It looks nice, it looks clean. If you're going to plan to sell the car, it adds to the value. Number two, there are any leaks that you may not have realized. By cleaning it, it'll be easier for you to see the leaks. Number three, if there are any clogs that you may find in the pulleys or any other systems, degreasing it will help you remove that clog, and it helps the engine run better. Okay, you saw the before, this is the after. So Arvin just putting the finishing touches with some plastic protectant for all the surfaces here, gives it a bit more of that shine to pop a little bit more, right? So now it did take us about probably, so two of us did it, probably about half an hour, 45 minutes, just to degrease the whole engine bay. And as we told you earlier, just make sure that when you're degreasing, you're properly protected, right? Try to do it in an area where it's going to get a little bit dirty, so just make sure you have an area to do it.
The moment of truth. Wash the whole car, the whole engine. We're gonna start. Come on, baby. VTech power, baby, VTech.
Polishing. Okay, so we've got a machine with us here which should make it a bit more easier for us, right? So polishing, what you do is that you put it first, put the polish here, you dab it all around, and then you start cutting into it slowly. Give us an example, please, Arvin. Make sure you keep it constant and keep it stable, the movement, okay? You want to make sure you're as constant as possible with the speed, with the rotation, and take your time to go through over the surface. Polishing is actually a very slow process. It's a bit more of a laborious, tedious process. It's going to take some time. So what you see here is basically just the beginning of what we've started doing. We'll show you the wrap up in the end bila semua dah habis. But for now, this is what we're going to be focusing on today, the polishing. So jumpa nanti bila semua dah habis. As you saw earlier, we had done the polishing. You can still see the residue here. So the reason why we are giving it one final wash with Gion, this is some high-end washing liquid, is basically just to remove any of the residue that we still had, as you can see here. Now once this is done, then the next step is the waxing. Now why are we waxing, you might ask, which is a good question. Arvin, why are we waxing, Arvin?
Okay, so polishing is cleaning off the dirt,
Sure.
right? It takes off all your contaminants and small scratches.
Right.
The wax is what protects it. So
Right.
it's a common misconception. People think that polish and waxing is the same thing. No, it's not. If you to use another analogy, it's like you moisturize your face.
So you exfoliate first, then you moisturize,
right?
which
So
is polishing going to waxing.
Yes, so the
Right.
moisturizer keeps your face soft and things
Right.
like that. So
Keeps it
it's
in good health.
Yes, so it's the same thing. If you don't polish all the time, but wax all the time, because
Understood.
that layer forms like this sort of a protective layer of your paint. It ensures the shine, and people that are rajin to wax their cars, their shine can last years, and original paint, everything. So I would say if you're going to use that, there are a lot of products on the market, a ton of them. So
So this is permaglass high gloss sealant.
sealant, yeah.
Right,
So sealant normally typically refers to a slightly harder compound. So when
Right.
it dries up, it's a more long-lasting compound. There are water waxes as well. So
Sure.
you wash your car, you just spray it on, and then you wipe it
Wipe it
dry.
off, right.
And then there's some paste waxes. There are a lot of names for it. So like you say, like tepuk dada,
Tanya's clearer, whichever you want to
yeah.
afford, you can afford, you can use it.
Yeah.
So we are just going to start off now. We'll show you the results once it's all done.
Yeah.
Stay
And
tuned.
one more thing.
Yes.
It doesn't matter if you go like this. The idea is to get as many directions so the wax can work itself into the paint. So you
Right.
can even go in circular motion.
Okay,
There's
so
no
wax
right or
on,
wrong.
wax off.
Yeah.
Karate Kid, right? So as an extra step, we've also put some Rain-X on the windshield, and you can see the effects. No beading, which helps in the rainy season. So some people say when you apply Rain-X, your wipers may get compromised, may not wipe as well. Again, this is all trial and error. You can try it. If it doesn't work, that's fine. But if it works, you can see visually you can see the difference of the water on your screen. So we finished the waxing. As you can see, there's a really nice sheen to the car now. I'm going to show you one more thing now. Now if I do this, right, look how it repels the water from the car, right? So that is another one of the functions of waxing, right? Because if the water cannot stick on the car, the impurities from the water cannot affect the paint. right? So what you can do is that this wax maybe like once a month, right? Because it is quite tedious. Do it once a month. It's a good exercise. It's cheap exercise. It's good for you. It's good for the car. So go ahead and do that. And like we showed you earlier as well, I'll also show you the beauty of applying some rain X to your windscreen. Tengok. So when you're driving in the rain, your view is not compromised. Okay, so now we are handling the interior of the car. That also includes the wheel well, where the spare wheel lies. Now if you look at the amount of dirt that is here, you'll probably find the same in your own car because you haven't checked it for a long time, I bet, right? So we'll start with the wheel well here, do up this part, then we'll move inside to the seats, to the cushions, to all the pillars. And as usual, we'll show you before and after, and I'll catch you once we've done all this cleaning, okay? So here I have with me some 3M leather and vinyl restore, right? So what we are doing is that we're cleaning the dashboard first with some 3M, right? And after we clean the dashboard with some 3M, we are going to use Maguire's Gold Class Rich Leather, which should give it a bit more shine, bring back the leather to a little bit more life, and make the interior, you know, pop a little bit more. Because if you can see now, it's quite muted. The color is obviously old, so we're hoping to give this a bit more life lah, you know, than it initially had. So this is, we're sort of halfway through the interior, lots more to do. We'll come back to you with the final results. So we have finished with the detailing. This is all not water, this is sweat, keringat untuk kereta ni and for all of you. I think the purpose with the detailing was to show you guys that it can be done. It's not going to be up to detailer level, but it can be done. You will see the difference. Get some friends together, get family together. It can be a nice fun together activity. Okay, why do I have Dali in my hand and why do I have WD-40? This is because we are trying to bust some myths today. Can I use either one of these to clean my headlamp, bring it back up to shine? Today we'll find out. Besides that, we're going to do all the finishing touches for the car, and then we'll let you see our handiwork and you can tell us whether or not the pre and the post ada nampak beza tak. So tunggu pula. So wait till the end. Just cut. Look at that. Look at that. Hey. Oh lama. Look at the before and after. Hey, alamak, tengoklah ini. Jelas nampak perbezaan dia kot. Tak payah tipu pun. Dali.
Tu dia.
Okay, now WD-40's turn. Okay, and now the moment of truth. Is it as effective as toothpaste? Is it better? Is it nonsense? Apakah keputusannya? Sebentar, air tak mau keluar. Itu dia. Doesn't look as clean as the toothpaste though. Okay, let's give it a wipe and let's see. I think this meat has been busted.
It's cleaner, but
But, so this is WD-40, this is toothpaste. Obviously the toothpaste has better results than the WD-40. So now what we're going to do is that we're going to do this side also with toothpaste, and then we'll see collectively whether better or not. Okay? So what Hana is doing now is that she's using Black Magic Women, sorry, not Black Magic Women. She's using Black Magic Pro Shine Protectant to sort of just add the finishing touches to all these black surfaces, give it that nice final luster. And we are at the end of the 7 days of detailing this Honda Accord SV4 Jerung that is now done. It's been tiring, it's been tedious, but we've had Arvin and Hana, which you've seen throughout the video, doing all the work on this. I think the key takeaway is that regardless of how old your car is, kalau nak 1000 daya, you can do it. Some of the products that I think stood out for us that helped us throughout this whole process, this polyglaze car wash is a good car wash to prep the car for the next steps that are coming. So a good wash for that. Yep. The Gion is good for the next steps to give it that once all clean over, because the Gion is hydrophobic, which means that it'll repel water, makes it easier for us to then start the next processes. Then Black Magic Woman, as I fondly call it, this is good for the finishing of all your rubbers, of all the surfaces, gives it a nice sheen. In fact, if you look at this, look at this. I don't know if you can see, we'll do a close up. This. Waxco polishing compound. Easy, cheap, does the job. Okay. For your interior, we have Maguire's Gold Class leather, gives it a nice shine again, brings back old interiors back up to life. Okay. You saw us doing the claying. This is a 3M clay which does the job perfectly. And for the headlamps, you saw
the champion
us
the champion.
Dali, yeah. We can only speak about Dali. The rest of it, sorry, kita tak tahu, tak cuba.
Colgate, Sensodyne, please send us. We will
send us sample. That one.
your
double
gigi and your headlamp.
Sorry, yes, like Hana said, need double action. Gigi and headlamps. Okay, so these are some of the products that helped us get this car up to the shape that it is now compared to when you first saw it. So this car is going to go up on Carlist.my. If you're interested to get it, it's a manual running a H22A. It is up there. We'll put the link in the comments so you can go and click. Nak beli, boleh beli. Right? Kalau tak nak beli, tolong share ya.
But I think my takeaway also was I didn't expect it to look this good lah. Macam it was not great to start with, and you know, I always say the paint is very average. So yeah, it looks a lot better than I thought, and I had so much fun with you guys doing it.
Yeah. I think that's what you can, like I said, you know, get friends together, get some family together. You know, we can't go far anyway, but you can always have fun around other things like bringing an older car back up to life. You know, so that was our challenge throughout these 7 days. You've seen it happen, you've seen it unfold. If there's anything else you want us to take on as a challenge, let us know. We might try it on. Till then, take care, stay safe. The team from Carlist.my, Hana, Arvin, and Ferdy signing off. Take care. Boom.